Sharanu, good day to all of you. I'm really thrilled to see this audience here today. Our community has really grown a lot in the Dallas Fort Worth area. And thank you all for making the time to be here, both personally and along with your children. So I would like to say a few words, but I would like to give you the context. So when we just got married, my wife and I moved to Dallas. Um, in the earlier days, just to give you some context, Dallas was just a growing city. There was only one Indian restaurant, Kapari, on Arapaho Road in 75, and there was one Indian grocery store called House of Spices. And as far as people from Karnataka or North Karnataka were concerned, there were just two or three families. One of my good friend Ravi Verigiri is also here. He and I were just one of the two families from North Karnataka, I think. But maybe I'm missing a few others. But that was the context where we were in a foreign land and everything around us was quite new and we were very few of us. But there was a moral compass that basically guided our lives here in Dallas. And what that was the teachings of Basavarna, Anna Basavarna or Brother Basava. And his concept of work is worship, where basically we have to focus on our work. So as young engineer, I was at Texas Instruments, and I was very surprised that many of the people there were also extremely hardworking. People would show up at work at 8 a.m. and would be there until 6 p.m. And I was really surprised coming from India at that time that people would really show up so early and work so hard. And so, why is America great? America is a great country because it welcomes people from all over the world. And this concept of inclusiveness, where people, whether they are from India, China, Vietnam, Europe, Japan, whatever that country might be, they are all welcome here. And as long as we work hard, we are recognized. And this quality is really to be appreciated in America. And I think that is one of the reasons why America is so prosperous. So let me take you to another country, Japan, which all of you know is a very prosperous economic powerhouse. In the 1960s, just out of World War II, it was almost a devastated country and they had to build it up from the ground up. So we had the opportunity to live in Japan for a few years. And as soon as we moved, one day we were out of salt, cooking salt. And if you have been to Japan, it's a country that's very unique. English is not spoken. There are no signs on the road that have English. So I would go to the grocery store and ask for salt. And then on top of that, I wanted iodized salt. Now, this is a little bit much more harder. So the store owner was very conscious and he put me in touch with the salt product manager in Tokyo. I was in a different city about 100 kilometers from Tokyo. And I was really amazed at the passion with which this person, somebody selling salt, he knew so much about his product and he explained to me, like he had sea salt, he had iodized salt and so forth. So I was really amazed at the pride that he had in his job. And again, the Japanese are well known to be workaholics. If the husband goes back to his house at 7 p.m., the neighbors' wives will all talk. What's wrong with your husband? Why is he here so early? So even though he finishes his job at 7, he just hangs around and has a couple of drinks before he goes home at 9 or 10. So, but in a sense, the Japanese are extremely hardworking people and they are very proud of whatever they do, irrespective of the type. They are very clean in the community. It's the community itself that cleans all the roads and they maintain, where the place that we put our garbage every week. There's one house that will have to keep it clean. So again, that's one of the reasons that pride And that hard-working nature in Japan is another reason I think both America and Japan were unconsciously following the principles of Basava. And for us, when we are in a completely new country, we need that moral compass and that stability inside of us to guide us through our day-to-day actions. And Basava's teachings have always been for us. But why are we here today? We are basically, it is not so much important for us to be here, it is more important for our children and our grandchildren to really understand and know and relate to where they are from. I mean, we are now far from India and especially North America, where you are from, I don't know, Hubli, Dharwad, Davangere. But it is important for our children and grandchildren to have that moral compass. And today is the event, like in the month of May every year, that we celebrate Basava. When we moved here to Dallas, there was one restaurant and two families. Basically, what we call Veerashailas from North America, just two families. We would meet and celebrate Basava Jayanti in our house. And there was another two families in Houston and one in Abilene. So all over Texas, there were five families. Today, just in Allen and the surrounding area, I do not know, there are at least 200 families. So I'm very, very happy to see this growth. You can now take this to the next level. And I would also like to thank our mayor, the Honorable Dave Brooks, who has has taken a very bold step in declaring the city, from the city of Allen and May 3rd today as Basava Day. And there you have made history. This is the first time in the Americas that this is happening. And so we really thank you for that. So, I mean, it's appropriate that all of this started last year, and I'd like to thank a couple of people. When I was thinking about this last year, I approached Vatsa Ramanathan, who was a council member in the city of Allen, and said, "Hey, how do you go about doing this?" And so Vatsa guided me, and I'm very thankful to him. And then I'm, of course, very thankful to Gangadhara, the president of the SNA Dallas chapter last year, and Avinash, Avinash is always very encouraging to me, and Vijaya, Shiva, where are you? Shiva is there, but you want Vijaya to stand up. She has gone out, okay. And Prakash, who had just moved in from San Antonio to Dallas. Deepak, Ravi, Sindhu, Jyoti, there you are. And I heard a lot about you. It's very nice to meet you in person today, but I think you are leading the Vachana activities in the DFW area. And Mayor, Vachanas are poems that Basava, and not only Basava, and many of his contemporaries wrote about 4 or 5 lines poem explaining their experiences and their relationship to society and their knowledge. So these are called vachanas, and they are really the guiding principle of our activities all the time. I would also like to thank Manju Swami, there, and Praveen Valigera. He has been working overnight hard trying to make sure the connection is good and the internet works. And all of this event is being telecast also to the organizing committee of the local chapter, Jyoti Oro, and thank you very much. And Malik Shangur last year was also very encouraging in all the discussions that I had. So with this, I should not forget to thank the Radha Krishna Temple, members for allowing us to use this facility today. Thank you. So with this,